Do you know the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Like, can we
Killing
see?
Plagueis and Bill O'Reilly writes
You know
it.
the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Dude,
That's what I'm
because you know
saying,
they have
like-
Killing Jesus, like killing Lincoln, and killing Plagueis. Bill O'Reilly.
That's-
killing Kennedy, killing Jesus,
Killing
killing
Plagueis.
Plagueis.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a very special episode of Another Star Wars Podcast. We're loafing here in my living room with a special guest, our brother Mike.
Welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Star Wars show where we talk. This is a special episode because we're not breaking down anything today. This is just kind of a loosey-goosey episode where we talk Star Wars. We have many siblings, us Thomases, as you've probably guessed. You've seen Grace in an episode, right? She was in a reaction video.
Yes.
And then Melissa's obviously my sister. And then you got Mike. So everyone welcome Mike to the channel. Leave him a nice comment. If you write anything mean, that's also okay.
That's okay. I'm pretty resilient.
So Mike, right before we were actually, it's funny because we're watching Pirates of the Caribbean right now on the TV, and it's not exactly fitting. We should probably have Star Wars on, for inspiration. But we wanted to. We were just talking about this before we started recording. But you are a new. You're actually diving into territories that neither Melissa or I have dove into.
Yes,
which
I
is
am.
the Darth Bane saga.
The Darth Bane trilogy. Yeah, Path of Destruction. I only finished the first book maybe like a month ago. I'm obsessed. I love it. It's great. He's a great character. There's a ton of cool world building back there, and yeah, for me it's I don't know, I'm obsessed. There's 2 more books, so I'm stoked.
Well, you're doing the audiobooks too, right?
I do the audiobooks because I like the I have a hard time like putting a character on someone, so I like the different voices and stuff. So it's like for me, it's better.
It definitely makes it better, especially for a fantasy book, having like it's more theatrical.
Dude, I can't keep track otherwise. Otherwise, like the characters all blend together in my mind.
Yeah, and it's not as fun either. Like they have like the sound effects and stuff too. Which
Oh,
make it
in this audiobook is so well done. They have like they'll like when he's like walking through the bush, they'll do like a shh, 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 shh in the background. And it's like it's very clearly like a very well done. And the guy, I think it's the same guy who does all the voices, and he does like the woman's voice and Bane's voice and like Sirac's voice.
Wait, he
It's, like,
does the
Bane's-
woman's voice too?
Yeah, Githany's. He
Yeah,
does Githany's
no,
voice.
they'll usually pick one particular person to like do the voices for everyone. They did this.
What does he go? He's like, hi.
Yeah, dude. He does.
Yes. Yes.
That's exactly
So
what he
as
does.
an example, so this is actually, I think this is the first Star Wars thing that you have on top of us, Mike, that we don't know anything about.
Potentially, yeah.
So
you're the resident expert here.
yeah,
Darth
Mike's
Bane.
the expert for this episode. No, but I was going to say that there is a Clone Wars book titled Dark Disciple.
Okay.
And the audiobook, I never listened to it, but one of my best friends did. And she texted me and she said, this entire book is narrated by a dude.
Yeah.
And the lead character is a woman. So, but he almost does an impression of the actress who plays the lead woman in this book. And so it's really funny because he's putting on like this grovelly voice that's meant to be an impression of her, but it's so bad.
I love it. I just imagine him in the studio like pretending to talk like this.
Well, how long is the book? It's got to be like 10 hours or something.
It's I'll tell you right now. I think it's 12 or 13 hour audiobook.
For those who don't know, a couple weeks ago, I think I posted on my Instagram story on my Melty Arts account. I posted a picture of the book Path of Destruction. You said it was called
Path of Destruction.
Right. I posted a picture on my story, and a lot of you responded that you read it and you loved it. So it is kind of cool knowing that like the Legends content, the stuff that isn't canon, still has that massive fan base behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like that's amazing.
12 hours, 12 hours and 15 minutes.
12 hours.
Yeah, it's 12 hours. So it's not like a 17, 20 hour.
It's still really long.
It's
like
long.
the guy sat in the studio for probably 20 something hours.
Well, what's good about it is it's like really it's a fantasy. So like you can go on a run and listen to it, and it's like, you know.
Yeah, I'm big into the listening to like books on tape or podcasts during running. I don't really listen to music anymore when I'm running. But I should actually. I've been looking for a new book to listen to on tape. I'm gonna get Darth Bane.
Check it out. So like basically what it is like it shows you how he goes from this like badass miner on this planet called the Patros, which is like it mines cortosis, which like cortosis is like it's like a high. I think it's like high energy absorption.
Yeah.
So basically it provides for good armor, I think.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna call me out on that. But like something, it's like there's something
Yeah.
it has to do with like armor. But anyway, he mines it and then he ends up like killing someone on the thing. So he gets like exiled, and that's like how he gets sucked in to the Brotherhood of Darkness, which is like that's what they're called.
Oh, it's because it's before the Sith, right?
That is this. No, they are the Sith.
Yeah, but it's before that they came up with that branding, the rebranding.
Right, they rebranded from Sith to Brotherhood of Darkness before going back to Sith.
Yeah,
and then Bane is the one who takes them back from like this, basically like, because he creates the role too, right?
Yeah.
So he's the one that takes them back to this idea of like there can be a ton of Sith to the idea that there can't be, because like that's totally antithetical to what the Sith believe, right?
Yeah. So. Right. So they have like they're delving into the ideology of it.
Yeah.
And why they do what they do and how they basically are compared to the Jedi in terms of what they stand for. So like any religion.
So wait, why did they, I'm confused on the rebranding part. Like why did they rebrand to Army of Darkness and then back to
it's Brotherhood
of Darkness?
But like, well, how did that work? They're like, Brotherhood of Darkness, it's a little much, a little on the nose. Let's go back to Sith.
Yeah, I think so they basically, you'll find out when you read the book that everything, I don't know why they ended up going back to this idea of like you can have many and like band as a brotherhood, but when you read the book you see it's like a house of cards basically.
Yeah.
Like everything is being held together by this idea that if you show weakness you're gonna get crushed. So like the idea is like there is a hierarchy within the brotherhood, but there's no leaders, but there's kind of leaders. And so like Bane is just recognizing all this and he just like brings it down from within. It's awesome.
Do they have because I don't know anything about this. I have like a very basic understanding of legends, but not like delving deep. Do they have that like the Sith Code? Is that in there? Do you know what I'm talking about?
It is.
Is it like there is no passion? Like where for the Jedi, it's like there is no passion, there is only peace. Like, do they have that in there?
Yeah. There's no peace. There's only passion.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Wow, that's just like such a childish way. Oh yeah, Jedi. Well, for us, there's no peace, only passion.
No, it's not. That's not what it is. Like that's
it's
the Sith
code. It's the Sith Code.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, so if the Jedi's is there's no passion, only peace, they're like, oh well, we're the opposite.
Yeah, no, it's a code. It's like my broken chains will free me or something like that. Look at
Wait, I have it. I have it right here if you guys want me to read it.
Yeah,
it is peace is a lie. There is only passion.
Yep.
Through passion, I gain strength.
Yep.
Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me.
Yeah, through victory, my chains are broken. And Bane actually repeats this mantra like throughout the book as he's like coming up. It's so cool.
What,
that's kind of dope, actually. That's like dope. I want like.
Can we
that's
do a
awesome.
movie?
It's his rise to power.
Can we do a movie on that? Like we constantly see in Star Wars, like the hero's journey to becoming this do-gooder of light, but we never see the opposite. Like, could we see
like
somebody
an anti-hero?
training?
Yeah.
Well, like Palpatine.
Yeah.
Would be the perfect example of that.
Yeah, like a prequel for Palpatine.
Like killing Plagueis, like because we have the whole. Do you know the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Like, can we
killing
see
Plagueis and Bill O'Reilly writes it?
The tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
That's what I'm saying,
dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you know they have
like,
killing Jesus, like killing Lincoln, killing Plagueis. Bill O'Reilly.
Killing Kennedy, killing Jesus,
killing
Plagueis. Dude, that's the prequel. That's the new Star Wars
like,
prequel.
why couldn't we see a movie on how a Sith rises to power as a Sith?
That's a great idea. They've got to be doing something like that.
He's like Walter White. He's like the anti-hero.
Yeah.
Like you want him to win, but you're like, this guy's so you see him being evil, then you're like, I don't care. I want him to win. I want him to win.
He's a Tony Soprano character.
Yeah, and then like the Force, who's led by basically it's like an Army of Light, which is hysterical, Brotherhood of Darkness, Army of Light. But it's led by General Hoth, who's like actually like you don't really like him because he's kind of a dick.
Is he a good guy?
Jerk.
General Hoth? Could we be more creative with the name here?
I know. No, but dude, look him up. Like at least the fan art or like the
General
cartoon art.
Hoth.
He's like this super BA looking like I don't know. He's just like super rugged looking dude.
Wait, so is he a good guy?
He's a good guy. He's the head Jedi for the Army of Light.
You know,
there's a guy named Herman Hoth who was a German army war commander, war criminal during World War II.
Maybe that was
Hoth.
That's what I typed in. General Hoth. I gotta type in Star Wars, maybe not a Nazi war criminal.
Definitely not. I hope that's not where they got theirs.
Oh, you mean the general from Hoth? Carlis Rieken?
No.
His name is General
Empire.
Hoth.
Oh yeah, I found him. He's got a sick ponytail.
Let me see.
I think
it's
that's
General
him.
Hoth, right? Yeah, it's Hoth.
Is that him?
Okay, so wait, real quick, just to back up for a second. Yeah, that guy's actually dope. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah,
he looks like a Viking.
Cool.
So my question is the Darth Bane stuff, is that canon or is that Legends?
It's Legends.
Okay.
Here's the thing. So going back to Clone Wars, because I will never shut up about Clone Wars and how much I love it. Anybody watching this knows how much I love it. But Darth Bane is in Clone Wars, and he comes as a I don't want to say Force. He's not a Force ghost because they can't become a Force ghost because they're selfish, according to George Lucas or something like that. So he, well, no, selfish. You're selfish. You don't get to live in the afterlife,
loser.
But no, he appears on the Sith planet, which is Moraband, I think, is the Sith planet.
Is that where Yoda goes?
Yeah. So he goes to the ancient homeworld of the Sith to like confront his inner demons or whatnot, and he comes to his grave, and like Darth Bane's ghost appears to Yoda.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
taunting him.
Yeah,
and
it's
he's
sick.
like, "Don't you know who I am? I created the rule of two." And it's awesome. Like Mark Hamill voiced him. It was incredible.
Yeah, it's
so well done.
So sick.
And Yoda is basically like at the end, he rejects him, and Darth Bane is like sucked back into his grave. So
yeah,
the character is in canon.
Yeah.
They just haven't dove in, like taken a deep dive into it yet.
I think the books are legend. The character is canon.
The character is canon, yeah.
That's fine.
Like they have him in there. They have, you know, like we were talking about earlier, Thrawn.
Yeah, Thrawn
is from Legends.
He's small, skinny blue guy. There's big fat blue guy, Twi'lek, General Retar Loth. What's his name?
On Freetar.
On Freetar. And then you have small, skinny, evil blue guy, which is Thrawn.
But no, but going
by the way, Thrawn has great bone structure. Just I wanted to say that.
He does. He does.
Bone structure.
It's his bone structure.
There's a Twi'lek in Bane too. As I think his name's Kasim. He's Bane's sword master. He teaches him how to like.
Now, what does that mean? Like he trains him.
He trains him. Kasim.
Yeah, he's a male Twi'lek, Dark Lord of the Sith. Yeah. Involved during the new Sith Wars. Brought from slavery by the Sith Lord Nadaz.
And there is a sick. Well, actually, I don't want to ruin it.
Is he Twi'lek though? Yeah,
he's Twi'lek. Yeah,
Twi'lek. I don't know if it's Twi'lek or Twi'lek. I've heard it both ways. The question I have for you is like, is this supposed to be 1,000 years before?
It's 1,000 years before like the trilogy, basically.
Before the prequels?
No,
basically
before the original trilogy.
But it doesn't matter. Like it's 1,000 years.
Yeah, it's a long time. Which reminds me, is that during like the High Republic times?
Is what during the High Republic?
Like the Darth Bane stuff?
No. So the High Republic is a new series of books and like videos that have just come out. Like they were just released from Star Wars. The Old Republic, I think, is what you're
the Old Republic.
About, because you know
what's the High Republic?
It's basically Star Wars' attempt,
weed.
in my opinion.
This Republic has just eaten too many gummies.
We can't get anything done on this because we have 20 different tangents, guys. So sorry if you can't keep up with us. But basically, in my personal opinion, I think it's their attempt to like revamp the Old Republic, but under a different name. Although I don't know why, given that the Old Republic stuff is so popular.
Yeah.
But I think it's even before that. I think the Darth Bane book is supposed to take place way earlier.
Yeah, I don't know when the Old Republic, New Republic timeline is.
Yeah,
I just know that it's they say it's 1,000 years before like the trilogy. Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's something I definitely want to check out. So there's a new book coming out then. So I'm assuming he doesn't die at the end of the book.
Well, so this is a 3-part trilogy. The first one is his rise to power. The second one is he creates rule 2. And the third one I think is just him being
screwing around.
Yeah, being like a
he creates the rule 2. Does that mean he goes around and kills all the other guys who pretend to be Siths?
He creates you have to read it. It's like he basically brings down the Brotherhood of Darkness from within. You know how the Sith is all about deception and like tricking people? It's not about brute force. Yeah. It's about slowly going on the inside and like sucking
like
the power
Sidious.
from within.
So like
it's what Sidious does.
Yeah.
It's Palpatine.
That's genius.
He doesn't brute force his way through the Jedi. He like goes in through the Republic and like
works his way up over years,
like dozens of years.
Yeah.
And so it's the same thing. Bane does the same thing. He's like, you guys, and the cool thing about Bane is what he does is everyone in the Brotherhood. There's basically one planet where they do all the teaching for Sith, right? They recruit people and they teach them. Everyone ignores the Sith archives. Now the Jedi archives are like super like well put together and documented. They have holocrons. Not holocrons, they're basically like the equivalent of like digital copies of their archives, which is like Jedi Code, like how to use the Force, all these things. The Sith don't have that because it's like banned. So it's literally like parchment that he's reading on, and everyone ignores it except Bane. Bane like spends all of his time in the archives, like reading, and that's why he's like, wait a minute, we've totally betrayed where we came from as a belief system. We've totally betrayed it. And so he starts questioning.
Yeah.
And that's how he's like, and then he kind of gets distracted and goes back to his roots. He basically goes back to the roots of the Sith. And then, yeah, he like brings him down from within. And
so it really sounds like this author went through and was like, let's just ask all the questions that nobody's thought to ask about Star Wars before, in terms of like the Sith, on where they come from and why they believe what they believe in opposition to the Jedi.
Yeah, and it's like, it's a pretty, I wouldn't say it's like a super, super deep dive on the Sith's beliefs, because it's definitely more focused around Bane himself, but it's like, you get a taste for why the Sith believe what they believe. But like, at the end of the day, it's it's evil. Right? Like,
yeah,
it's not, there's no ifs, ands, or buttholes about it. It's evil.
Well, I know the character is up there with Thrawn. Like, that character is I
don't know Thrawn, so.
Yeah. Well, Thrawn's another Legends character, but he was actually brought back into canon in the animated series Star Wars Rebels, and people like lost their minds. And I was totally confused on that when that first came out, because they had a big trailer when I was at Star Wars Celebration in 2017, and it was like this big deal. They showed the trailer, and then like this voiceover comes over, and people are like, "Oh, like what's going on?" They're all whispering, and then it shows Thrawn, and people are losing their minds. And I'm standing here as people are screaming around me. I'm like, I don't know who the hell this is.
What is his? Is he a general of some sort? Like,
yes. So basically, I think, and nobody's screaming at me for this, you can absolutely correct me because I don't know everything on Legends, but Thrawn basically was in like the original trilogy timeline, I believe.
Okay.
Like versus Luke, Han, Leia, all those guys. And so they took him and...
Oh yeah, this happens like right after Return of the Jedi, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's like they cloned Luke Skywalker, something like that. Like wild stuff. We can get into that later. But yeah, it's this whole thing. Like they took his hand and like cloned it and made like a separate Luke.
I have read about that before. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so in the Thrawn where he is in Rebels he's in the timeline right before the original trilogy happens.
I see. Okay.
So like 2 years before that happens, and he's like he's an admiral who's so good at tactics. Like
he's an admiral of the Empire?
Yes.
Okay.
And he can read the enemy really well. And instead of just being like, how do we defeat the rebels, he tries to get to know like each individual person and how they function. And so his whole thing is like, he's a genius at war.
That's awesome.
And he knows how to manipulate it and go in.
Force.
No. He's I can't remember the name of the species, but basically he's brilliant.
Sorry, but by the way, did you know for his full name is Mithra Narudu?
Mithron?
Yeah, Mithno Narudu.
It'll be my first
He is from the planet Rentor in the unknown regions.
Oh, the unknown regions.
He's a Chiss male.
Chiss, that's it.
He's a Chiss male. He's a Chiss blue male.
He's a Cis male. That reminds me what you said about his battle thing. Like there's like this thing they reveal in the Bane book, Path of Destruction, about how Sith use some sort of battle meditation. Have you heard about this? Like in like in starship battles, the Sith will sit and like meditate to like confuse the enemy and like induce fear into them. And so that's what these Sith do. They'll like induce fear into the rebels, and then they get like disoriented and anxious, and then like basically turn the tides of the entire battle.
So it's like using the Force to manipulate their mind.
Yeah, but they sit and like they meditate and manipulate the minds of the enemy, so that like obviously they just don't perform very well. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like I forget what it's called.
Honestly, that seems like that's like such a nifty power. Where it's like
it's sneaky. Yeah.
No, I know. It's like you get it. It's like the Jedi are like, oh, like holy to an extent. You know,
like Qui-Gon meditating before he was saving the game before he went to the fight.
Qui-Gon's like the epitome of a Jedi.
No, he goes into serenity. That's Jedi serenity. He's just trying to regain his focus. And
no, he's saving the game. That's how you save the game in Jedi Fallen Order is you have to meditate. So that's what Qui-Gon's doing.
Oh, he's saving the game.
Saving the game before he goes to fight Maul, so he can continue to fight him and win in a different iteration in a different multiverse.
In Jedi Power Battles.
Yes.
Saving the game for Jedi Power.
Which, by the way, Jedi Power Battles.
It's called
best
battle
game
meditation.
ever.
It's called battle meditation.
Yeah.
There's like an official.
By the way, one of the things in Thrawn when I Googled it is one of the most popular things is why is Thrawn so popular?
He is. He's got.
He
so
first
much
appeared
in
Heir to the Empire is where Thrawn.
Heir to the Empire. Sorry,
1990.
It's an old book. It's very old. But the whole thing with that is now that they've brought Thrawn into canon, and I won't spoil the end of Rebels for you because the end of Rebels is actually quite good. The character is slated to appear in the upcoming Ahsoka show.
Yeah.
So he will be a lead in that show along with Ezra Bridger and Ahsoka Tano. So when that character comes in, like, I can fully say that the internet will probably like collectively be losing their minds.
It'll be awesome. Imagine if we, but by the way, there are several untitled Star Wars projects right now that could potentially be like a Sith.
The Acolyte.
The Acolyte.
The Acolyte.
That could be a Sith one.
That's a Sith show.
What's the Acolyte?
It's one of the upcoming.
That could be Bane.
Yeah. Whoa.
I would love.
Yeah, the Acolyte's an upcoming show. No one knows anything about it.
It's about the Sith for sure. Did you see the logo? Look at the logo. It's so Sith-like.
Yeah.
Dude, shut up. If that's a Sith-based Acolyte.
The Acolyte.
I'm going to be that guy like on Between the Lions who did the spelling with the words.
Yeah, it says it's a mystery thrill that would take us into a galaxy of shadowy secrets in the era of the High Republic.
So, dude, that's so they're. I wish they wouldn't call it
and dark side powers in the final days.
No, it's not.
That's Visions, is what you're probably saying.
Let me see. No, that's a fan poster. That logo is correct, but that's a fan poster.
Let me see. The Acolyte.
I mean, that poster stinks.
Hi, welcome to another Star Wars podcast.
Sorry, whoever's art. I mean, luckily you can't see which one we're looking at, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, flash it up.
But the artwork is dope for that show, dude. What if that is Bane, like a Bane origin story?
They could bring Bane in and just. They would really have to do that right, though.
He's such an evil character. It's so good.
What's the most evil thing he does?
Kills 2 kids.
Nope.
What?
Yeah.
Does he really?
Yeah, he sucks their power because like he gets like the Sith get like they get like high on power and like pain.
Yeah.
And suffering. So like he comes across a dad and their 2 kids and like he's like dying, and in order to like rejuvenate himself,
he sucks their life force.
He kills the kids. He kills them with the lightsaber, I think. I forget exactly.
And then sucks the life out of them.
And then sucks their blood.
Yikes.
No,
he doesn't suck their blood, but he does suck the life out.
So he like sucks, he literally like takes like their life force.
Yeah, and
whatever.
like the dad's like begging for his kid's life, and he just
This got so morbid.
I know, it's crazy. But like you kind of want him to do, like you don't hate him for it. It's crazy. It's like
the way the writing is, it's just
good.
And
you're like, oh, but he had to do it. Like what if he didn't do it, then he couldn't take down the Sith. Like,
yeah.
Oh, so it's like in a way that it manipulates you into thinking that like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. We only have a couple minutes. I feel about 5 to 6 minutes left.
No.
Mike, what is the show that you are most looking forward to seeing, if any? Like, do you know what's like
Star Wars show?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan for
Obi-Wan. 110%.
Like not even close. Obi-Wan.
That's like the most. I'm like the most excited for that of like any releases. Anywhere.
Dude, same. He's such a good character, and it was so like you just want more of him.
Yeah.
After the prequels.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
He's the only character in that show that I'm not just like cringe. He's like so good.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ewan McGregor was a fantastic cast. He's
perfect.
It was perfect.
And the fact they're making it at this time too is also perfect. Hayden Christensen's coming back. Perfect. Natalie Portman's going to be back. Allegedly. Perfect.
Yeah. Also, what's cool about reading these books, like you get an appreciation for how hard it is to become a Jedi or Sith. Like you kind of take Obi-Wan at face value and Anakin at face value. You're like, yeah, they're Jedi. That's cool. And like, oh yeah, like Luke's a cool Jedi. But like you forget like how elite these people are.
Yeah.
And so like to see the development of them and just be like, these people are worth like, the equivalent was like one Sith is worth like whatever 4 battalions of like 5,000 men or something. Like that's how powerful these people are. And like to see, to have like that appreciation and then dive in on a character that you already love, like Obi-Wan, is just it's great.
Yeah, and it's gonna be essentially. I mean, it's 6 episodes. It's gonna be like a 7-hour movie.
A 7-hour movie of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and at like
it's a limited series. They're only doing 1 season.
Oh, really?
Well, I've also heard that they're potentially doing flashbacks, like to
100%
Clone Wars era, which you
Yeah.
need to finish because so much of the new content is tying back in with the Clone Wars stuff. But
I know.
they could potentially
That
do
would be
flashbacks. Oh my God! Like, I think we're all on the same page here.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait. I'm most excited for that. Like out of anything that could possibly be coming out, that is the number one thing. We've been like this. There was rumors of this like 4 years ago too.
Oh, back in 2012, there was a petition.
Yeah, there was.
There was a petition, and they were like, "Make an Obi-Wan show for God's sake!" And like, it's been going on. So the fans have been plugging for this for years.
Yeah,
I feel like there's so many. They could do so many of these. Also, they kind of screwed the pooch on like the Han one, for example. Like Han is such.
They rushed that so much.
Was Solo?
Yeah,
Solo.
Yeah, it was a bit rushed.
Although the ending's cool. You get
Darth
Maul in
Maul.
there. Yeah, he's in at the end.
Yeah, but like you just left on a cliff. Like what happens after that?
Well,
that's true. Well, because the movie performed so poorly, they were like, they halted all the projects. In fact, the Obi-Wan show was in pre-production at that time, and they halted production of it because Solo performed so poorly. And Disney was like, we lost so much money on this. We got to reevaluate all the stuff we're doing and like take our time. So that's why Obi-Wan show got pushed.
Thank God.
Which by the way, I don't care. Take your time.
Yeah.
If that's what it takes to make it good and the best it can possibly be, please don't rush
Yeah,
it.
the Solo one, I did not care for the main actor very much. I thought he was decent, but not amazing. His head's too round. Harrison Ford has a very square Mike Thomas head. I don't think he did but also the story didn't feel Star Wars at all. It's just like you're just saying Star Wars buzzwords like Corellia and spices and
Sabacc.
Nerf herder. And I'm like, okay, this isn't, I don't feel like him. And like Woody Harrelson's just Woody Harrelson. He's just he's like, hi, I'm Woody Harrelson. And like,
I forgot that he was in that movie.
Essentially, he could have just been walking into the bar in Cheers as his Star Wars character.
He just was playing himself. Like there wasn't a character.
Yeah, like doesn't he get betrayed by his woman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, she was a cooler character than him.
But I didn't feel like he was Han. He felt like someone playing Han.
Yeah, he
didn't
did.
feel like Han.
No.
Yeah.
Han.
By the way, if you
gotta save.
By the way,
Han.
Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, like he did a good job as Lando.
He was great.
He that felt like Lando.
Yeah, he did
But-
his job.
America.
Yeah, yeah. But he, I totally agree with you, and that's why I'm saying like that's not an easy character to live up to. If you're doing a Harrison Ford like movie remake, like if they do an Indiana Jones one, you better get the casting 100%
Because
correct.
he makes that movie.
He's the entire thing. That's
He's the
why you
entire
go
thing.
see it. Is Harrison Ford's the action star from the 80s? Like that's who you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger and Apollo Creed.
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
Apollo Creed is the character.
I know. What's his name?
Apollo Creed.
It's gonna drive me nuts.
Oh crap.
What, the actor?
Apollo Antoine. No.
Oh my God! Somebody kill me! I'm gonna freak.
I know
What's his name?
this is gonna make me so mad.
Can we turn the
Carl
AC?
Weathers.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Carl Weathers is in The Mandalorian. Are you kidding me? How did we not get that?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I get
Is
him
he the guy
confused.
who wields the dark saber? Who's
Yeah.
he?
No,
that's
that's
Gus Fring from Breaking Bad.
Oh, that's Gus. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
He's a great character too.
Awesome character.
He's
Gideon, Moff
fantastic.
Gideon.
Moff Gideon.
Although he kind of pusses out trying to shoot Baby Yoda at the end.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but Mando jumped in front like a good dad, so it's fine.
Yeah, but like, why would you shoot Baby Yoda?
Because
you're a jerk.
Because when Luke freaking Skywalker walks in and scares the living daylights out of you,
Yeah,
you're
but-
gonna do everything to be like, oh crap, I gotta kill this thing. And
True. He didn't know though. He
yeah,
didn't know
but
that
if you
Luke was
watch
coming.
if you watch Moff Gideon's face during the entire scene where Luke is walking in, which by the way is the best scene ever, and we could go
Terrified.
off on that.
Yeah.
we watched
He
it
looks-
last night.
Yeah, we did watch 2 nights ago.
He
Yeah,
looks
James.
mortified. Like he's sitting there like panicking, like,
Mortified,
oh
petrified,
my God,
stupefied
it's
by you.
mother trucking Luke Skywalker, and he's gonna
Yeah.
screw everything up. This is the guy that killed Palpatine.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah.
Well, spoiler alert.
Anyway,
You
another
know
tangent.
that Darth Vader is actually Luke's father.
Holy
Mike, spoiler alert. Jeez Louise. God, sorry guys. We'll put a spoiler alert thing at the beginning of the show so
Sorry.
people don't.
I didn't
Gee,
mean-
Mike, that was like so rude.
I do.
He's also dead the whole time.
I think I know what we're going to title this episode. Another Star Wars podcast goes ADHD on Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Well, that was. I think we got to wrap it up. I think the thing is, how much time do you have left? Yeah, we got a minute left, so we got to wrap this thing
I
up.
am not bound by camera timing.
There is no.
Well, we can keep going if you want.
No, we can wrap it up.
there is no passion. There is.
Only strength and
There is
honor.
no peace. There is only passion.
Okay. Well,
No.
That's Mike's manifesting.
No, it's peace is a lie. There's only passion. Through passion I gain strength. Through strength I gain power. Through power I gain victory. Through victory my chains are broken. The force shall free me. And we'll end on that. So it's a very Sith episode today. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you to Mike for jumping in on this conversation and giving us your Sith expertise on Darth Bane.
Well, I am a Sith, so-
now you can jump in on other shows like Bad Batch and stuff and maybe actually watch the canon things.
I'll watch. I gotta watch. What's it called?
Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
I'm
on second episode or second season. But,
good. It's a good season. Okay.
Okay.
With that in mind, thank you for tuning in today, guys. Sorry about this very ADHD episode.
No, it's fun.
This is our family, and I hope you had a good time listening about Mike's experience with Darth Bane. And thank you very much, Mike, for joining the show.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Guys, yeah, go *Wars_pod, subscribe, and leave a nice comment for Mike or a mean one. He doesn't mind. See you guys next time.